There's a story this morning. Bob McGinn, The Athletic, been covering the Packers for 1,000 years, says Rodgers has mocked Brian Gutekunst, the GM, in group chats, comparing him to the GM of Jerry Krause, where Michael Jordan used to make fun of Jerry Krause. Aaron Rodgers is rolling his eyes at this general manager. Also, according to McGinn, he talked to a longtime friend of Rodgers, and the friend said once Aaron gets something in his head, he doesn't back down. The friend said 2% chance he plays for Green Bay. You know what this is? It's Prince Harry and the royal family. He's like, I know I was born into the royal family, but I don't want to live in rainy England. I don't want to deal with the Queen. I'm not the heir to the throne anyway. I'm over stuffy and formality and wearing a tie 7 days a week and weird polo matches with old rich people. The Queen. I know it's the royal family, but now I'm married to a beautiful woman, and I am over stuffy, old, traditional, overly formal, paralyzed by the good old days. Beverly Hills, here I come. And that's Aaron Rodgers. He didn't pick the Packers. They picked him. It was doomed to fail. He's over conservative Green Bay. He's over those brutal winners. He's over the dysfunction of the Packers. They never land free agents. They never even make a bid on J.J. Watt. He's over it. And then they draft a quarterback that is years from playing. He's done with it, and he's got a beautiful actress girlfriend. Jeopardy, here I come. I mean, Prince Harry didn't choose the royal family. They chose him. And he looks around and he's like, this isn't who I am. I don't want to live this life. And there's a freedom. I feel bad for kids who are born into these big traditional families and they're the black sheep. They never wanted to live in Milwaukee or they never wanted to be in front of cameras their whole life, wearing a suit. But Green Bay is great and the royal family's amazing. For most people, not for everybody. The Packers are a little bit like the American NFL royal family. They were the first Lombardi, the Super Bowls. They were kind of the first. They were the first dynasty in the National Football League. But don't you look at the royal family sometime and go, it's weird. My mom was British. She thought they were weird. I used to watch the BBC and read all those books. They were in our small rural house. I've been to England several times. I always look at the palace and I think, that's a weird life. Stuffy ties every day, polo matches. Aaron's over Green Bay. He's over it. And by the way, he understands there was a lot of good in it. So does Favre. But why does every quarterback there end weird? Because Green Bay's a little off. It's a little different. Literally, they have to go to their board to make trades. And by the way, I there's something about my personality where I've got a quirk. And I know I'm a California guy and I'm pretty crazy liberal, but I do find it funny when people that are paralyzed by tradition flail and get stomach cramps because they have to change a little. I mean, I feel like the Packers are Mike Pence's hair and Aaron Rodgers is the fly. They just don't know how to swat it. This was all solvable. It was all solvable. I mean, Russell Wilson was unhappy 2 times now with Seattle. They just solved it. They gave him a big contract, and they got a bunch of receivers and tight ends and offensive linemen. Brady was frustrated years ago, and New England, multiple times, they got rid of Garoppolo. He was tired of Garoppolo, and they got rid of Garoppolo. I don't think this was ever going to work. I think Aaron's non-traditional. People tell you who they are. Listen, Aaron struggled. This is public now. I'm not taking a shot at Aaron. He struggled with his parents. Why? They're very religious. He's been outspoken about this. He has struggled with his family and their super religious tradition. That's the Prince Harry thing. It's like, yeah, I got drafted by you guys. I appreciated it. I'm sure Prince Harry at some point appreciated the royal family. But then you're 24 and 25 and 26 and you're not heir to the throne anyway. And I mean, Aaron's not heir to the throne. They drafted Jordan Love. And he's like, I'm over it. I want to go live in Beverly Hills. I want to go hang out. He bought a house in Malibu. I'm over it. And he's not threatened by Jordan Love. That's not it. It's just Go look at their draft this year. 3 offensive linemen. Go look at it last year, a quarterback and a running back. That's not what they needed. They needed players. They got rolled last year or the year before twice by San Francisco. Look at what Tom Brady and Kansas City have. They need players, not developmental players. They need guys who can play now, not drafting 3 offensive linemen this year that can't help you this year to win. Aaron's over it. He's Prince Harry. I got a beautiful girl. I want the sun. I want to live my own life. I'm tired of the weird dysfunction that's called royal family. That's what the Packers are in the NFL. They were the first. So as we've said, communication is apparently very difficult for people. Talk to people, give people a heads up, keep them in the loop. One of the reasons all couples fight is you didn't tell me this and you did that and vice versa, and just communicate. So, here's what San Francisco does with Jimmy Garoppolo. They actually communicated and told him weeks in advance, we're going to draft a number 3. We're going to move up. We're going to get a quarterback. And so Jimmy Garoppolo is very much in line, feels like he's in the loop. He's not caught off guard. It behooves Jimmy Garoppolo to be a good teammate. Never forget, this league fires about 7 coaches a year. I counted this morning. I got to about 9 teams minimum that could need a quarterback next year. If you're a good guy and stay healthy, we all know San Francisco's winning 11, 12, 13 games. I mean, outside of Kansas City and Tampa, if I said, who's the 3rd best team in the league, and I gave you one guarantee, Garoppolo is healthy all year, I'd take San Francisco. I mean, I would take them to win 12 games. Bosa's back, Kittle's back, Garoppolo's back. They went and fortified the offensive line in the running game. I'd take San Francisco, even though it's a tough division. So you start looking. Miami and Tua. We're going to know by Thanksgiving. Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts. We'll probably know by Thanksgiving. Daniel Jones and the Giants. We'll know by Thanksgiving. Those teams will make their mind up by Thanksgiving. Saints, what if Taysom Hill doesn't work or Jameis Winston? Washington, I don't know what they're doing. Denver, that could be solved with Aaron Rodgers, but we don't know. Steelers, post Big Ben. And John Gruden's got a wandering eye, and Jimmy Garoppolo's Mr. Hunko-Rama, so he's going to always be kind of looking around. That's 9. I'm not even counting teams like Detroit, which will be awful, and they may move off Jared Goff. That could be 10. So just be a good guy, get along, be good press, cross your fingers on the health. And Garoppolo, by the way, if Garoppolo stays healthy, they're going to move. This is one of these where this is not a Jordan Love. Trey Lance is a much better prospect than Jordan Love. Jordan Love had like 2 really bad college years. I talked to 3 different general managers. 2 didn't like him at all. 1 kind of liked him. Everybody liked Trey Lance. He'd never been in trouble. Jordan Love had a little marijuana thing nobody loved. He was a hot and cold player. He was really a 2nd-round pick. Jordan Love was a 2nd-round pick. Trey Lance, there wasn't a GM who didn't like him. He's just not, he's not Trevor Lawrence as a prospect. He's not. Nobody is, by the way. And Andrew Luck's the last guy close. Elway after that. Peyton Manning maybe. So just be a good guy. Garoppolo, if he stays healthy, he's going to get a multitude of big offers. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.